What's going on, everybody? What's going on, man? While I'm out, do this video or whatnot, man, and stand up there. There we go. Do this video, give y'all a little piece of my mind and my heart and my spirit. Y'all know how I get whenever I want to speak my piece, and sometimes your piece spoken is better than held in. So I got 2 days off, so work been going good. That's good. I'm got to give myself a pat on the back, start back in the flow and getting to work and whatnot. And so hopefully I gradually, catch some things up, like that. But anyway, why I'm doing this video is I don't know what the title gonna be for the video right just yet, but I definitely have a good title for it. But yeah, we just gonna talk about a situation we had whenever I shipped my dogs off to my man's in Denver, Colorado, my 24-hour brother, because like I say, he's literally 24 hours away from North Carolina. But anyway, and we're gonna talk about the transporter, and I'm not gonna bash every transporter because that's my first experience, and I never shipped the dog or never delivered a dog that far off, you know what I'm saying? And so, the man, when I met him or whatnot, he was cool. Just seemed like down to earth, so he was like, my dogs, when I ship them off or other people's dogs, I have the crates, the nice crates. I had a cedar, which he have. I seen them. They got AC. They got all this stuff in here. So he had shipped the dogs off, right? And so my homeboy was like, the dogs, but he already told him it was gonna be a little bit of time before he got up there. But the dogs, but he didn't stand on his word for what he said, because I told him, I said, man, I ain't gonna got no dog food right now, but I am gonna get some. That's what I said. I said, I'm gonna get some. So, but that particular day, he's like, well, I got some Victor. I'll feed him. I'll make sure this. I take him out for, that's cool. So whenever you say things like that to me, I want you to be able to stand on your word. That's like me. I'm gonna stand on my word. If I don't, for some reason I slip, I come back and say, man, I'm all right. I apologize to you. So when my homeboy get his dogs, they're a little bit skinny, this, that, and the third, and so forth. So obviously he wasn't doing what he said he was doing, what he told me. But that ain't the big deal what I'm talking about. So what happened was, I think one of my homeboy that got the other dog, because I said, this what I said to him. He bought 2 dogs from me. He bought a male from different litters. He bought one from Sky and Obsidian. Obsidian, I done produced a lot of good stuff for the last 2 of his litters. Well, 3 of his litters, I done produced a lot of good stuff. Now, them dog have a bright future off his offsprings. And he took another one out of another female, which was Obsidian and Brittany. So, 2 good, phenomenal dogs. And then I gave him Light. So, and this only reason I gave him Light is because I was trying to make room for some more of the stuff I had in flow, some more of the things I had in motion to, be able to come back to me and get. So I said, you just take her, since you invested that time and that money in me, I'm gonna invest back into you. That's just like anybody, a business or a bank or anything. If you invest in them, they're investing back. That's a lot of times how it go. Or you have a situation where somebody be like, man, if you do this, you can do this right here. I'm gonna show you what else to do. And that's what I try to do. And whenever you get a dog from me, I don't want you to feel like you underneath me or anything like that. Because everybody wants this praise and this power and everything. That's cool. I give it to you if you honorable of it. But I don't like to have my guys that get dogs from me to be under me, because you could start your own family, a tree of dogs with, I want you to do better than me. So I might need to come back to you and say, man, look, you got something that I need to put back in mine. That type of deal. So I want us to be on the same level instead of under, you know what I'm saying? And a prime example is, like, if you get something from Gardner, you're supposed to be better than Gardner. You don't supposed to stay underneath him. But anyway, that ain't the topic. So he got the dogs Friday morning, like 4 o'clock, 3, something around there, early in the morning. So the dog Light was supposed to go to somebody else. But like I say, man, I'm not indirectly gonna, point fingers. So this ain't indirectly at nobody, but I'm just gonna try to give you like a virtual a virtual vision on how things went and how you trust people to do certain things. So so a situation came up, you know, he told me about it. He was like, man, I guess he couldn't hold a dog at another place. That's fine. And so I told him, I was like, my 24-hour brother, I was like, man, bro, you just should have kept her here. Then he was like, yeah, I know. And so by being, you know, him being in the situation he was, you know, you can't trust everybody, man, because people they'll take that nice aura you got or your kindness or your weakness for granted. They'll take, instead of them taking an inch, they'll try to take 1 yard, 2 yards. And now you're in a situation to where you like, man, I thought I could trust this guy or this person. But anyway, but he told me about the situation, right? And I told him, I said, I really didn't feel comfortable with having at that situation because I just didn't feel comfortable because if I don't know somebody, you know, I really don't know my 24-hour brother, but when he called me, it was like it was just already like a nice connection. He was like, bro, yeah. And I can tell, you know, just over the phone, but some people, they'll betray or they'll have hidden agendas behind your back on certain things just to get what they want. So that's why my homeboy always told me, watch what you say around people, because they'll be just acting that they'll be so, you know, innocent to where they just trying to get information from you. So that's how this situation went about. But anyway, I didn't want to send him over there, and he was supposed to gonna breed Light when she got of age, like 2, 3, 4. I told her it didn't matter if she was 5. Whenever he time to get ready, I know I had some pups coming off her and Light. I mean Light and the dog Oz. I mean, not Oz, but Ox. His other brother named Oz. But anyway, so fast forward, the dog supposed to went there, but the dog supposed to came back to me. We ain't hear from this transporter in over a month. He you know, when you call his phone, he don't daggone, it go straight to voicemail. I guess he got all the numbers blocked, or he might have change his number. Some people like, oh, he might be out of town, or he might be this, that, he might be somewhere messing around. But I'm like, why would you do that? And you know, you supposed to be on this certain type of level. Because when I first met the guy, he was like, yeah, I'm well known around North Carolina. I you know, I deliver good, and I give deals and all this stuff. And, you know, he telling me, so it sound good. Everything sound good, you know. So everything sound good. And he had a good image. Like I said, showed me his van. He's like, man, I just got a new car, new van, a little bit bigger space so I can haul, you know, 3, 4 dogs at one time, and boom, 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 boom. Oh, he telling me his backstory, how much he made, all this stuff. So all this, I'm like, this might be all right guy. I might could use him, you know, down the line if I need to, you know, get something sent off. But I'm glad me and my homeboy, you know, I'm glad he kind of did it this way, but he wasn't meaning to do it this way. So now you get some exposure from this situation to really show you how people, they'll take your kindness for weakness, because, you know, for one thing, you know, you saying another, and another thing you doing another. But anyway, we didn't ever get the dog back. It's been a month now. You know, why the dog haven't came back? Because she's supposed to came back to me to North Carolina. So, and then he was like, man, when I get her back, I'm gonna just go ahead and keep her, blah, blah. I said, whatever, man, long as the dog get back in your hands, whatever. Because the one situation that, that he told me was, I didn't really feel comfortable letting that situation develop, because I don't know them, you know, and I don't know that how that situation gonna go. Because every time you try to be good with somebody, like I told you, I don't try to be good with family, people that I'm close to, and I'm always getting a shitty end of it. And so that's what really happened when you know, you trust people, you allow them to you know, take a little bit of your vulnerability and, you know, just your innocence and your trust, and they'll run right over you. You know what I'm saying? And so this video is just definitely not talking about the transporter, because I know everybody ain't the same, but it was just foul play, man. Now you change up your number. Now it look like you done stole the dog. We can't get in contact with you. You ain't answering nobody on Facebook. You ain't answering nobody. They texts, other people calling you. You still ain't responded to nobody, but other people that my homeboy, my 24-hour brother, he been contacting people, been like, you know, some other stuff had happened, but it wasn't on his situation. It was on another situation. So I tell people, man, that's why it's hard to really trust people nowadays. And in this situation right here, messes up the American Pit Bull Terrier community, because another man or another person or the kennel trusts you with their possessions to be shipped off, and then even if it don't work out, it's your thing to it's your job to bring this dog back. That's like the mail get returned. If it don't have a search saying, they gonna send the mail back. It don't matter if it was $1 million up in there on a damn money order. They don't know what's in it, but they and you know, the other person that's you know, receiving it on the other end, if something ain't right, they gonna send it automatically back to the person that sent it. They might say, well, they might write a note on there saying, look, you didn't write this down or something. That's how that transaction should flow. It should never be to where you can't trust nobody. So now he make a lot of people look bad, transporters. What? Okay, I'm out here. Just go ahead back in there and play. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just out here just doing a video. I'll be in there in a minute. Yep. All right, you can let us stay outside, Angie. I will. But anyway, so it's just foul play, man. When you do stuff like that, man, it's just, you know, like I said, it's just foul play. No man or no anybody or kennel anybody, they spent their hard work, earned money. Even if I gave the dog to him for free, I gave the dog to him because he invested in me, and I wanted to invest him back with him. And also, I wanted to have a different blend, because them two dogs, Light and Ox, they're half brothers. On the top, they got the same daddy, but their mothers, Light's mother and is Brittany. I mean, Light's mother, which is Brittany, is Light's aunt. So they'll be like first cousins on the bottom, and that's coming off the half sister. So they'll still be. And I wanted a different blend to come back to see what I can do with that, because I want to blend this stuff all in all different types of ways, instead of just focusing on one way, because I think every blend could really work if you put the right concentrate, if you put the right concentration of blood that's inside of it, or go up to a little bit more percentage, like it can work, in my opinion. Because a lot of times we don't do certain blends and we just think one way gonna work all the time, but another way, because it takes 3-4 ways you can get a math problem. You know, it don't got to be your certain way. I might can learn it like this. Other person might can learn it. He say, I like doing it like this, because and so forth. So it ain't just one way you can learn a math problem, or it ain't one way you can solve a problem. So that's all I'm pretty much saying. But the thing of it is, you know, that foul play that you do as a transporter, you make everybody else look bad, and you make the whole pit bull community look bad, because now you can't trust nobody to send a dog. I don't care what he charged. Whatever y'all charge, y'all agreed to, even though it's supposed to have been more, I ain't got nothing to do with that. He came and got the dogs from me. I shipped them off. They was good, healthy. They had up on their shots, up on their wormer. They was great. Dogs get there, you know, they look like they ain't probably been fed in a couple of days. He said, man, you can see the back of their hip bone. That tells me you probably ain't fed them in almost a week. You know what I'm saying? And so now when you ain't fed them, they get dehydrated. They start to get sick. Luckily, some dogs' immune systems, or some strands be more, their immunity be more strong than other strands. If you get what you trying to get what I'm saying. Like my brother and I, he may far as be stronger than me physically, but my immune system might be stronger than his, so I don't get sick a lot like him. But you know, so but anyway, man, it just makes the situation look bad when you can't trust nobody. That's what's really been making the downfall of our dogs, because we can't trust nobody. Everybody looking for this dollar. Everybody saying, oh yeah, I'm the man. Everybody saying this, that, and the third, and they want somebody to put them on this certain plateau or certain stage, but live up to what you said, you know, because you're like, oh, I don't went overseas, I don't did this, I don't, you know, everybody called me for this, and that's fine. I'm cool with that. Like I said, I give a man his honor. I give a man his respect. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm not gonna do is, when you do some shicey stuff like that, I can't give you no respect. If you do it to me one time, you'll do it to me again. I forgive you. no hard feelings, but no, I won't never forget. So we can't do no type of business no more. And so now I'm at the place right now, excuse me. I'm at the place right now trying to figure out how, if we got, like, if I got a customer that's way such and such, how can I figure to get that dog there? And what I told my 24-hour brother, I was like, man, let's meet halfway. You know, it's going to take, even if I had to drive 13 hours, but he had a situation that he had going on. So I was like, man, I'll be willing to do this with you and go ahead and ship them dogs up there so we can meet hand in hand. But he was like, I had a situation, and then, you know, he had some stuff going on, you know, with his son for months. And so I was pretty much, you know, on the side of his son. It wasn't even about the dogs or the money that he don't bought in. It's about his son, because he got to sit there and be strong for his son and have a certain type of, you know, configuration within himself, you know, to keep saying, you know, to have this certain type of appearance for his son. And I'm trying to uplift him. I'm praying for him. And, you know, and I always would say, bro, how son doing? Or this, that, and the third, you know, before we even talk about the dogs, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what my concern was. That's what my heartfelt was for. But anyway, but it's this foul play, man, that you take the time out to do good people like that just want a good dog, a good reasonable, because he paid a reasonable price. He paid $5 for each of the males, and he got her for free for just investing in me. But I was just trying to move some more dogs. I know I had, and in the near future, I got some more stuff coming that I really wanted to work on myself. And that's why I said I wasn't worrying about it, because like I say, when he made that phone call, I remember the day when he made it. I was in my bed, it was about like 9:30. And my back was just now starting to get where it's getting lubricated to where I'm getting more mobility and more functional. And it wasn't hurting as much as I'm getting up. So he called and he was like, man, yeah, I seen your YouTube, whatever. I like the blah, blah, blah. This, that, and there, and pretty much what everybody else say. But, you know, so I'm still being humble who the person I am. So he called his brother like, yeah, man. So he was telling his brother about me. He's like, man, you got anything? I said, yeah, man, I got something. I said, I really don't want to sell this dog, but, you know, but my job was to get these dogs wherever they need to be in the good hands. That's what my job was. Because like I say, I told y'all, you know, one time I was just driving the concrete truck, and I was listening to that Mobb Deep song, Whether I Win or Lose. And so I was thinking about my homeboy, and it made me think about him so much, man. And so I teared up. I was just crying. I was just crying, man, because I was like, my guy gone, you know what I'm saying? And he really, you know, he was pushing the verge. See, that's why I be telling people I don't play around when I do this stuff. I don't. I do this for serious. This is serious business. This is my livelihood. I take very highly contentious in doing this stuff. I don't play around. Like, this is what I love. Just what I breathe, just what I, you know, this what my mind be on. And it helps me, it gives me peace, it gives me, it's therapeutic to me, because, you know, my mom's passed away, my parents gone. And it's just something for me to be able to do. Like right now, I'm talking to you, I'm thinking about these things, I'm about to tear up, because I take pride, and then you got somebody else that's taking this, trying to take advantage of, you know, your situation, or you trying to help out another person. They taking advantage of that. Oh, he ain't gonna do nothing about it. See, you'll get hurt. You definitely get hurt. Cause now I'm not no confrontational person. I'm more of a real person, and I'm all about simplicity. I try to make a win-win for everybody. I want to be things simple, but some people won't allow you to have simplicity. And it's a shame that you got to deal with these type of people in this world. You know, the pit bull game is they, like I was saying earlier, it get messed up because people do this stupid stuff, man. Now you got to go through this stupid trial and error. Now you got to figure out now what else transporter may get over on me. I don't even want to. So my mind now is thinking how I'm gonna get these dogs safely to them. And so, and the only way now is to start shipping these dogs off early before they get a certain age. You know, because I think the airport, you can ship them off, they can't be over 20 pounds. So, you know, around 8 weeks old, they'll be like 8-9 pounds. I'm just saying something off the mind, just educational. They'll be 8-9 pounds, so they have to be boom shipped off. So that they get 8 weeks, we ship them off. So we don't even have to do that. If they go into this location, and the only thing about with the airport, you can't say they're American Pit Bull Terrier. You have to say they're mixed breed with. They can't be, because they won't, some reason, I don't know about their rules and their regulation, they won't ship a dog like that. And I guess because, you know, of their background or whatsoever. But anyway, but this video is not, you know, like I said, it's not indirectly at nobody. It's just speaking my piece, and something has to be said, because we allow time after time, let little stuff like this go, and we never address it to a certain degree. Like if anybody did some stuff, gave you a shitty dog, you need to address that. Point and blank, you need to address that. If he gave you a dog, you don't paid all this money, he came with worms and all this stuff, you need to address that. Address that, because that shouldn't never happen like that. That tells me, if you allow that to happen, it tells me you only about the image, you only about the money, you only about getting, you know, this crowd to follow you. That's what it tells me about. But that stuff like that, this little stuff like that need to be addressed, even with this transporter. Like I say, I'm not naming no names, but I ain't scared to call out no name. You know what I'm saying? I know who his name is. I got the man number, but when you try to call his number, it goes straight to voicemail. We ain't heard from you for a month. And so it's just ridiculous, man, that you have to deal with unworthy, just low down, dirty people like that. It just don't make any sense, man. So I just did this video for me and my homeboy. He called me, and last night I was asleep, and he gave me some screenshots of what's really been going on. So he been doing a great job with that. And he was like, bro, I'm really sorry that I should have just listened to y'all. Like, well, the good thing is about we got some exposure. We seeing how things go whenever, you know, these transporters, you try to have them to trust their dogs to get shipped off. And I know he had a long ride to get up there, but he said he had a couple more stops in place before he got to the dog. But if you tell me you got food and everything like that, you supposed to be feeding them. All thing you got to do is feed them. These dogs ain't that big. Like I think Grizzly right around about, he might have been like 30 something pounds. I just say about 32. Ox probably was like a little bit less, of maybe about 28, 27 and a half. And then Light, you know, she's like 23, just soaking wet. So all you got to do, if you didn't have that much food, all you got to do is give them something to nibble on, to keep that weight up, especially if you got Victor. Victor, you don't have to feed him much anyway. But like I say, obviously, you know, it was a lie, you know what I'm saying? And so when he got the dogs, they was a little, you know, you can see the bone in the back of them. That ain't fair to the owner, man. That's not fair, man. And I mean, I understand that was a long drive, but you got to stick to your word. You got to stick to what you agreed to, instead of just, you know, not doing this, doing that. And I said, I know you had plenty of tractor supply to go by and just get, you know, a little 30-pound. No, you could have went by and got that, but it just don't make no sense, man. So like I said, man, this is video just for that situation, but I don't know what the title going to be for right now. But yeah, man, people who really would take advantage of, because when you got a like a good aura like I do, and you got a lot of people that I meet, that I come in contact, got good auras, but they get dead wrong. They get dead wrong, and it don't make no sense. And so something have to be said about this, and I'm to be the one to be saying it. Like I got another situation, this little young guy, he reached out to me, and like I said, I ain't gonna indirectly, you know, name out no name, because I don't do that, because y'all don't need to know the full detail. I just try to give y'all a virtual visual. I mean, not a visual, but a virtual, something virtual that you can have in your mind, so you can remember this when you see this video. You can play it and say, look, man, this what happened, such and such. Not saying everything gonna happen, play because I got done or we got done like that, but it'll be in the back of your head to just be, you know, go through some questions or something. But anyway, the young guy, he was asking a question when he purchased these dogs. So the guy was like, well, I paid 45 for this, and I paid 21 for the female. So he just asking a question because he been out of the game for a while. What if this happened? So I told him, I said, man, look, If a man don't really want to give you no question, you asking about they strand, then, you know, I feel like it's all about the money to them. What? Stop, don't run. What you running for?
Jump.
They not gonna jump. But if a man can't answer your questions, what you got, if he can't answer them questions, then what you usually trying to invest in your time and your money, because that's just like if you go purchase something, clothes or shoes, you gonna say, you know, or you gonna look and see what type of shoes they made before they made this one, or if they changed up anything on the shoe or the clothes or whatever. You supposed to do that because you spending your money and your time and your effort in there. So he was like, ain't nobody never asked these many questions out of 30 years I've been dealing with dogs. They should work. What if they don't work? Then now I'm stuck with the dog that I don't purchase for me. So I told him, I was like, man, that ain't right. Anybody that asks me questions about my dog, like I got a guy from Philly. We were talking yesterday. He's supposed to be getting one of them double bred brother and sister puppies. He was asking all type of stuff, and so I'm trying to break it down so he can understand, and this, that, and the third. He asking about other different bloodlines. I'm taking the time out to do this because if you want to be a breeder, or if you have a kennel, or you got a business, that's required. That's required. That is required. And we don't got so much, so we don't got so selfless. We got so much selflessness to where we feel like we don't deserve that when somebody giving us their time and their effort. Like if anybody have an interest in calling me and asking me, even though if they don't purchase nothing, or if they go purchase something else, I'm gonna give them my honest opinion on how that situation, even if he go to another strand. And I salute him. I don't hate him just because he's going through another strand. Oh, this mug right here, he asked me all these questions, but then went and bought that. That's cool. He can spend his money wherever he want to. So, but if he feel like if he need that information I need to give, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna be straight up with you. So, my straight upness with people is really just unreal, man. I just try to be straight up with people, man, and get them the straight up, you know, breakdown everything. That's like reading a policy. Whenever you got a policy, insurance policy, or any type of policy, you're supposed to read this thing, because it's a case if you don't read it. Hold up. Hey, they fighting. Hold up, y'all. What? Mm-hmm. All right, I had to stop them two brothers. They were getting, and they was at like nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. I told you I'm doing this video. So I had to stop them to see if they was really gonna get into it, cause she was my brother's you know, girlfriend. She was in the house. He didn't hear him because the air conditioner was on. So I heard them. They were like, argh. So I told them, you know, when you get dogs like that, even though you growing them up, the dominance gonna start coming out. I said that little incident right there, especially with a pit bull, it's like an off and on switch with them. They gonna forget about they was, see, they ain't like no other breed. Once other breeds, like, you know, say if two collies get in a fight, they'll get in a fight and then they'll forget about it and they ain't trying to, and then they'll want to show dominance over with the other one. Like the pit bull, they gonna go to the death. And so that's why I was telling my brother about a situation. Just make sure you watch them, because now they around that 2.5, somebody gonna start really showing dominance, and all it is about the teeth that gets in them. And you know, so but anyway, let's get back to what we were talking about. But anyway, the young fella was I'm ready to go, cause these bugs. Well, go back in the house for a second. I'm not going nowhere, baby. I'm standing right here. I'm doing this video. I'm about to come in the house in a minute. But he was saying about this guy was talking about asking questions about, you supposed to ask questions about when you getting a dog. I don't care how much it, because if you just not getting back in and you took a you know, a lead on them dogs, you need to know what this bloodline capable of doing. So that way, if I add anything to it, what? Hold up for a second. Hey, sorry guys, I keep having to leave, but that was, you know, it was just an incident that was happening. My daughter, she always need me and all that stuff, so I gotta fulfill that need whenever she needs me. But in that situation about the dogs. But anyway, but if a person you getting a dog from, they can't answer them questions for you, man, you don't need to get no dog from them. So he was like, man, he said, bruh, I want to ask questions. And I said, other people always calling me about this, that, the third. I'm gonna try to get my best acknowledge on that situation or whatever they answer. I'm gonna try to answer it to my best ability, and if I can't answer it, I can make a phone call and say, look, what about this or what about that and whatnot. So but yeah, man. And so let's get back on a little bit of the transporter thing, man. But I'm about to, I think I don't gave y'all enough really. So this video, man, people will just take your kindness for your weakness, man, and just they'll drain you, man, and that really messes up the the situation.